Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for February 11th to 25th. And the pattern remains the same. We have a ridge forecast here over the Eastern Pacific. Let me get back to that. The mouse keeps jumping around. And we also have a ridge down here centered over the Caribbean with above normal heights of the Western Atlantic in the east. And then we have a trough here extending from near Hudson Bay in Greenland, extending southwestward into the western U.S. And the pattern remains generally unchanged. We go through the pattern, go through the models, that is, and we see very little difference. And this pattern will feature the threat of heavy rainfall across portions of the southeast and unsettled conditions in the west. And I'll get to that now. We'll have a frontal boundary. Oh, I do. Hold on a second. Just bear with me. I want to show what I'm talking about. I didn't get the maps up right away. We'll look at the GFS, I guess, to save some time. Okay, and we'll have a front settling near the Gulf Coast. And this will cause heavy rain to break out as the moist flow comes out of the Gulf and merges with this frontal boundary. Also, we'll have an upper low that will be lifting out of northwest Mexico. You can see it here. And that'll also track across this area later at the end of the week. And this will bring more rain across this area here, as this will bring a threat of flooding possibly across this area, because this has been a very moist region for the last month, I would say. And there might be snow on the northern fringes or light mixed precipitation and snow on the northern fringes. Here's the 540 line, and here's the 540 line, and here's the mixture. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. This Wednesday go to Tuesday, and you can see it brings some possibly some ice to the major metropolitan areas, and so on. Then it brings rain as it merges off the coast, and then it's out. And then we get to the other system right here later in the week. This is Thursday, Friday. Now this is the GFS bringing snow as this low tracks out. Temperatures will be marginal, as you can see. Here's the 540 line. And here would be snow. This is GFS. I can't bring up the European right now. But this bears watching. This will be for the end of the week. Okay, back to the pattern. We're going to look at the flow now for February 16th to the 20th. And the flow remains unchanged. And you can see we still have our ridge here of the East Pacific, ridge here over the Caribbean, above normal heights here, trough here, and all the models are showing some degree of a trough. What I'm talking about, the pattern, there's some subtle differences in the strength and intensity of the circulation features, but overall it remains the same. So for this forecast period, I'm forecasting below normal temperatures here, and I'm forecasting anomalies of 2 to 8 degrees below normal. Above normal temperatures are forecast east of the Mississippi River, with anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees above normal. For precipitation, let's see if I have the right precipitation map. Yep. I'm forecasting above normal precipitation for much of the nation, from the Rockies to the Atlantic coast, and the probability of occurrence is 35 to 45%. Looking at the period for February 21st to the 25th, as we come to near the end of meteorological winter, the pattern remains still locked in place. This is a GFS, has weak tendencies for a trough here in the east, trough in the west. We have our upper low here. This is how it should be, but heights still remain below normal across the high latitudes. Now we look at the GEFS and the European ensembles, or is that the NAEFS? They have a flatter flow with near to above normal heights. However, the European ensembles keeps the pattern locked in place with a trough ridge configuration, east or northeast Pacific ridge here. So as a compromise, I want to look at the other thing. This is the European weeklies. This has above normal heights too, zone of flow, and this is the weeklies. This is the extended, also has above normal heights, and this is the weeklies. Has a trough ridge configuration. This is for the 6. Okay, let me go forward to that time period. (22nd, 23rd, 25th). See, zone of flow with above normal heights across the nation. And the Canadian weeklies also shows the same thing. So for this forecast period, as a compromise, calling for above normal temperatures for the west, above normal temperatures for this region, and calling for anomalies of 2 to 4 degrees above normal, and for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for the west coast states, probability of occurrence 35%, and above normal precipitation forecast from the Rockies to Atlantic coast, and the probability of occurrence is 35 to 45%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for February 11th to the 25th. Thanks for coming, Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.